Hi, I'm Meah Denee. I'm with The Real Effect. Thank you so much, Devon Franklin, for sitting down with me today.
Sure.
I love to start my interviews off with like a fun, and so I know that you're a sweets lover, and so I would love to know what actually is one of your favorite savory treats.
Savory treats. Oh, give me an example. Like when I think of savory, I usually don't think treat.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. Savory snacks is a better word.
Um, I guess, I mean, I don't eat them very much, but Lay's potato chips I think would probably be a savory snack on some level.
Gotcha.
And
Classic
I love,
option.
yeah, I love them. I love those. I like Cool Ranch Doritos too, but I don't do that very often. I got a lot of work to do. And if I do that, that's going, affect me and my ability to focus and do things I got to do.
Gotcha. So let's actually get into why we're here, which is Flamin' Hot, which is a movie that you helped produce. Eva Longoria directed it, and I would love to know what kind of attracted you to this project and made you want to be a part of it.
What attracted me to the project was meeting Richard. The movie is based upon the true story of Richard Montanez, who was the driving force behind the success of Flamin Hot Cheetos, and is a in the world of corporate America, it has been referred to as the Godfather of Latino marketing. And so when he told me his story about 7 years ago, I gave him my word in that meeting that I will get your movie made because I was just so motivated by what he told me, and I was inspired by the details that he shared. So that was my reason for getting involved. I just wanted to, make a film that could help people and that could be uplifting and inspiring. And that's really what I'm here to do in this business. It's why I got into Hollywood. It's why I've, dedicated and devoted the majority of my life to it, is to use this medium of entertainment to bring hope and inspiration.
Thank you. So I know that there are actually claims that Richard, isn't really the creator of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Do you feel like those claims will affect how viewers see the film in any way?
I don't think so. I think that when they see the film, they'll see that this is a true story. And, anybody that's curious on how it all went together and how it worked, this movie is very accurate in, showing how all of these things work together and, what the company was doing with Flamin' Hot and what Richard was doing in his kitchen and ultimately how all of these, storylines, ended up coexisting and colliding. And so I think anybody, seeing this film is going to enjoy and appreciate the facts and appreciate his journey. And, any reporting, prior to it, I don't think will diminish an audience's point of view. If anything, I think it creates more interest. And then once they see the film, I think that they'll be like, wow, now we understand how this came together. And I think Richard will be their new hero.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the film. I thought there were so many amazing elements, like the family dynamic, the community involvement. There's comedic aspects to it. For you, what are some of those like elements that you really love, and maybe even one of your favorite scenes?
Yeah, I mean, I love to make movies that I say are like Kleenex and popcorn movies, where you're going to have the entertainment, but, you're probably going to cry because at some point,
Yes.
it's going to be emotional. So for me, one of my favorite scenes, my two scenes, I know you said one, I'm going to choose two. Why not? Is there's a scene where Richard's father is doing his tie before the presentation. And that scene just every time I see it, it just, brings tears to my eyes because it was an opportunity for them to reconcile their relationship because throughout most of the
Mhm.
film, it was very contentious. And that scene is great. The other scene is a scene when Richard is feeling down and wants to quit, and his wife Judy, makes him look in the mirror and tells him to be great. She demands it of him, and that scene is so powerful because at the end of the scene, he says, "You want to make it through this life? Get yourself a Judy." And sometimes we think of love in more romantic terms, but in that situation, she was like giving him tough love. Like, no, you can't quit. You have to be great. So those are two moments that stick out to me that resonate, emotionally. And I think that's what people love about the film. It's much more emotional than you would think. You wouldn't think a movie about the creator of Flamin' Hot Cheetos is going to make you cry, but when y'all see the movie, there you go and have some tears in your eyes. I can guarantee that.
Yes, that's so true. I had a few tears, so totally agree with that. So I know you actually have another project coming up in 2023 where you're actually on the other side of the camera,
Yeah.
Jesus Revolution. Is
Uh-huh.
there anything you could tell me about that film and your character in that movie?
Yeah, well, Jesus Revolution, has come out and it's on home video now and it's doing amazing. Right now it's the top inspirational movie at the box office. It grossed over $50 million at the box office and now is doing great, in home video and streaming. And I play a character. His name is Josiah, who's a reporter that works for Time Magazine, and he gets a chance to cover this story of these hippies that are getting off acid and finding Jesus. And to be a part of that film as an actor for the first time was awesome. And I just finished a role in a series I produced called Kingdom Business. And that season 2 will debut later this year. And then I just finished a film that'll also be out later this year where I play the love interest of a breast cancer survivor. So, I'm excited about being a storyteller in front of and behind the camera.
Yeah, I love that. So last question. So my platform, The Real Effect, really tries to help filmmakers of color navigate the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, what advice would you give your younger self when it comes to navigating this industry?
I would give my younger self the advice of having more experience, like living life. Um,
Mm,
living life, being more present. It's not about doing so much; it's about being. Give yourself a chance to discover who you are and allow who you are to be revealed. Growing up in this business, I mean, I started when I was 18 years old and I'm now 45. So that's about 27 years. And I can tell you, so much of, my focus was very tunnel vision. Like I want to achieve this and I want to become this producer. And there's nothing wrong with that, having a goal. But what I realized along the way is that, yeah, I had some achievements, but I missed one of the greatest achievements, which is the discovery of who I am. So I would tell
mm,
my younger self that as much as you are trying to achieve professionally, you must also commit to experience personally, because the more life experience you have, the better storyteller you're going to be, and you will enjoy your life more if you've given yourself the permission to explore it. So those are some of the things I would tell my younger self.
Thank you. That's so good because I feel like there always needs to be a balance. And
Yeah.
those moments of living life actually inspires you to be more creative. So
Yeah,
thank you for
yeah. One thing I would say on that, Meah, is I think especially for aspiring filmmakers, there's a flaw in the word aspiring, because if
that.
I say I aspire, it means I don't believe I am. So it's not about being an aspiring. You are a filmmaker. You are a
Mhm.
filmmaker. And you are a storyteller. And it doesn't matter if you've made a movie, doesn't matter if you've been on set, you know who you are, and then allow your actions to support that. So, I like to take out the word aspiring and just be. Like, if you are, then own it. Don't aspire, just be it.
Thank you. We're going to end on that. That was so great. Um, Flamin' Hot comes out on June 9th on Disney Plus. Thank you so much.
You got it.